Hello everyone, welcome to Organolysis. So this is our concept through problem solving part. Now in this video we are going to talk about some important reaction, that is Prevost reaction, okay, and its modification that is made by the Woodward, that is Woodward modification. Okay, we are going to discuss these two important reaction, that is Woodward and Prevost, and which is very much important for your IIT JAM examinations, okay, or your BSc or undergrad level. Okay, now see what is the motive of this reaction is that if we take a compound like any kind of alkene, and if we try to form diol formation, that is either it is in cis form, either it will be in trans form, then we can use this type of reaction or this type of reagent. Okay, so at first the thing that I am written over here, that is I am taking a substrate like cyclohexene, and here I am written over these two reagents. The almost two reagents are same, but there is a slight difference and slight twist between these two rearrangement. Okay, now see what is the reagent. The reagent is that is I2 and AgOCOPH, and this amount is very much important, that is in the ratio of this ratio of these two is very much important. In case of Prevost, the ratio is 1:2, and which is used in generally used in an inert solvent. And the second step is the hydrolysis part, and if we use this type of reagent, then we get this transdiol. Okay, and if we use the same reagent or like this I2 AgOCOCH3, the amount is very much important for these reactions also, that is the 1:1, okay, not 1:2. If that is this important thing that you keep in your mind, and in presence of acid. And then the second step, that is your hydrolysis. So this is not inert solvent like anything, this is your acid, that is acetic acid is used in this case, and that is the second step, that is your hydrolysis. Okay, then we get our product, that is your cis-diol. Okay, so this is your Woodward modification, and this reaction, the Prevost is generally formed this reaction in 1933, and after 25 years the Woodward and one more scientist, they are modified this Prevost reaction, and they will form this Woodward modifications. Okay, so let's start and see how the mechanism proceed and how the overall reactions process for this reaction. Okay, so that is first we are taking into consideration, that is the Prevost reaction. Okay, so first see the mechanism for the Prevost reaction. I'm written over here, Prevost reaction. At first we have to know the mechanism. Now what is the mechanism? Now see the reagent that is used is I2. Okay, so I2 means we know that the cyclic iodonium ion is generally formed during this when we use Br2 on I2. The same things is occur for this type of reaction. Now I am taking this as in general alkene. Okay, so this is our alkene, and this is your R, all are R. Okay, I'm written over here 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, now then when we use this I2, we all know what will be our product, that is a cyclic iodonium ion, that is this is your iodine. These bonds go over here, and it's a lone pair of iodine. It will takes this go to this double bond, and this will leave from the system. Okay, now see how we get this type of intermediate. This is our positive, this is your R, R3, R4, R2, and here is your R1. Okay, now see now this is your cyclic iodonium ion. Okay, cyclic iodonium ion. Now then the second step, the reagent which is used, that is AgOCO or any kind of R. The R may be, that is like this one, that is OCO, that is your R. This R may vary between this pH or this CH3. Okay, see pH. Okay, so pH of CH3 like that. Okay, I am written over here is a pH. That is your solvent which is used, the reagent, that is OCOPH. So this is your positive, this is your negative, so this will act as a nucleophile, and this is a COPH. Okay, now this generally attacks to this a center, carbon center, and this iodinium, cyclic iodinium ion will open up this its ring. Okay, then we got the product, that this one. R1, R2, and here is your R3, this is your R4. Okay, now this that is what we use. Okay, this one. Now this oxygen has a lone pair of electron, and this oxygen lone pair push back over here, and this will go here, and this will leave from the system. That is, iodine is leave from the system easily. Now this is a one kind of SN2 reaction. Okay, so this is your SN2 reaction, and this is your Ag plus, which is present in your system, and this I will leave from the system in the form of AgI. Okay, so this is your side product. Now then we get the product is look like this. This is your oxygen, here is your oxygen, double bond, it is your positive, this is your pH, R3, R4, R2, and here is your R1. Okay, so this is our common intermediate. Okay, now this is this common intermediate generally used for this common intermediate is formed in case of Woodward reaction also, and the Prevost reaction also. So this is our common part, just because of the using of this same reagent of this. Okay, the second part, that is second thing that is different for them from Prevost to Woodward is that is a hydrolysis part. Okay, so in presence of acid. Okay, so that is different. So I will show you all these things. Now see, for this the Prevost reaction, now as we know that we are taking into consideration that this Ag to AgO pH is in 1:2 ratio. Iodine is to AgO pH is in 1:2. Okay, so 1 mole is already reacted and 1 mole is also left from the reaction, and this will generally acts like this way. So this will generally goes to this carbon atom, and this bonds is open to this oxygen center. Okay, then we get the product R3, R4, OCOPH. This is your OCOPH, R1, and this is your R2. Okay, so that is how we get. Now see, this is our these two parts are trans to each other, so that is why this is called trans 1 to dicarboxylate, trans 1 to carboxylate. Okay, so this one. Now the last part is that we all know that the last part is the second or last step, that is hydrolysis part. So after the hydrolysis, that is H2O, that is the hydrolysis step. Hydrolysis, then we get the final product, that is these two are hydrolyzed and they form this corresponding their corresponding their OH. Okay, so this is our OH and this is our OH, and R3, R4, R1, and this is our R2. Okay, so this is our product that we get, that is our trans 1 to diol. Trans 1 to diol. This is our final product. Now see the Woodward mechanism for it. Now, this is Woodward modification. It is Woodward modification, which is very much important. That is the modification. And now see, how can you remember that when we use the water or when or not? If you don't remember those things, so this is a simple trick, and that is Woodward is starting from W. This case we are using water. Okay, so that is how you can memorize these things. That is, in case of Woodward we are using water. Okay, and in case of Woodward we get the cis diol. Okay, so now see the intermediate part, that is this one. This intermediate is common for both the cases, so I am written over here from the intermediate step. That is, our intermediate is this one. So we get this type of intermediate like this. This is our pH, and this is your R3, this is your R4, R1, this is your R2. Okay, so that is how we get this product. Now then in this step we are using this water in acid. Okay, so different kinds of we are acid using, that is ACOH. So water is present in the medium, so this water, oxygen is a lone pair of electron, this will generally attach to the center and these bonds go over here, and finally the product. Now see why this COPH will not attack over this center, why water is attacked to this center, just because of we are using 1:1 amount of this I2 and AgO COPH, that is 1:1 in case of Woodward reaction. So 1 mole is already reacted, so then we get this type of product. So no more left for this OCOPH attack, so that is why we get this that is why the next option, that is the water is directly attack over here and we get this product. Okay, this is our R, pH, OH, R3, R4, R1, R2. Okay, so now see the last part, that is OH2. So my one more of hydrogen OH minus is present over this system. Now this generally not OH minus, that is a water, that is a hydrolysis part, and these bonds go over here and this will go over here. Now the final step is that we get the final product like this. Your pH, this is our OH, this is O minus, that directly takes a proton from the from here and it will form this R3 and your R4, R1, and this is your R2. Okay, so that is how we get this one. Now the final step is that is a hydrolysis part, that is your hydrolysis. In case of hydrolysis, so this will generally leaves this will establish hydrolyzed and we get the final product. These OH are same plane, that is this OH is in same plane. So what we get in the final product is that is a cis diol. Okay, so this is our cis diol. So this is very much important. So this is our cis diol, and it how can we get using this Woodward modification. So that is how this Woodward and Prevost modification is there. Now let's see some example of it. Now the generally example for it, we are taking compound like this, nitrogen. Here is a double bond. Okay, so this is one kind of product, and we are using in I2 and pH CO2 Ag in 1:1 amount. Okay, and this solvent is inert, that is a kind of dry benzene is used for this reaction and reflux. So what we know, what will be our product? Our product should be trans to each other. Okay, so no, not trans actually, but the first thing is that this is 1:1, but 1:1 is used, although there is no use of water. So if we don't use water, so no chance of formation of the Woodward product, that is our cis product. So generally we get the trans one. Generally we get this trans one. So after the product formation, there is formation of first this cycloiodinium type ion, cycloiodinium type ion, and there is a formation this O2 minus directly attack over here, and it will form open this 3-membered ring, and then we get this trans one, that is this one. Okay, OCO pH. Okay, so that is how we get this product. Now if one more important thing is that when we use this Raney nickel in this medium in presence of methanol, we get the product like this. Okay, OCO pH. Okay, this iodine is removed from the system just by using this Raney nickel. Okay, so this is how very much important for this. It is very much important for your exam purpose. So this is all about this Woodward and pre-post mechanism. This is very much important for IIT JAM and your BSc or undergrad level. So I hope this video is very much helpful for you, and if you find this video useful, share it with your friends, and please like and subscribe my channel, and it motivates me to make more good videos. Okay, so that's it for this video, and thank you so much for watching.